Good evening, everybody. This is Jesse Utig here. Here to give you a little brief training on what it's like to do the AFK EXPing. As you can see up here, there's a bunch of dummies here that uh, people are EXPing at, are fighting. There's a number of dummies on this side that aren't being used. Um, but yeah, these guys here are AFK. They're training. They're gaining EXP, both combat and skilled, and it has a 1 to 4 uh, EXP ratio. If you're out there grinding and you're gaining EXP, you're gaining loot, you're gaining equipment, accessories, armor, um, depending on where you're, grinding. But here, all you're doing is gaining combat EXP and skilled EXP. But in order to do that, you're gonna have to buy these books here. Book of Training. What I haven't shown here is the Book of Training, Combat 1 hour. There are multiple ones that you can choose from. If you're in Heidel, and you're looking for this area here, this is the main road to go between Valia and the main town of Heidel. So you go up here, you got the trader and the stable right here, right at the edge of Heidel. So you run up here into the main castle, and you're come right here to the training dummies. So in order to get these book of training, you got to speak to this guy, the Jamie Drucker. He's the Black Spirits training. So you click on him, click on shop, and all these things will come up here. You got different types of books, different lengths of books. The max length is 10, and the least amount is 1. So you can go between 1, 3, 5, or even 10. I think the 10 book of training skill 10 is for, it's just for skilled. So you have also a 10 hour for combat. And it just depends on the amount of training you want to do. Most times people will do it overnight. And most times they'll do it on the weekend, but this is a Christmas time frame, the holiday time frame, and the new character that just came out, the Archer, who everybody's pretty much giving praise to. They has a really good good anime, and yeah, I haven't really tested him out. I have a level 14, but he hasn't really been I haven't really been checking him out. But check these two guys here. They're AFK EXPing, and they're both archers. So you have a main hand is a crossbow. The awakening is a great bow. These guys in their fish suit, they look pretty cool, but to me that's like bad example. Let's see if we could find another person, but nope, that's it. But yeah, so you have 1, 3, 5, and 10 hour choices to do your AFK EXP. For me at level 60, 78.2721%, I get about close to 5% in about anywhere between 8 to 10 hours of AFK EXPing. It depends on if I'm using milk tea, the book of combat, the extra 50%, and then this EXP boost here. It also adds another 100%, and then you also have your other what do they call this? Your power hour. I normally use the 2 hours. That way I can since I'm AFK EXPing for multiple hours. You know, I like when that thing just keeps going. So I also have blessed message scroll that I can use another extra 200%, but I use that when I grind. I use this vibrant peach flower. I use that also when I grind. The reason being is I don't want to just lose out on all that other stats there, like all AP plus 10, skilled EXP when I'm not really grinding. It's just AFK, so I'm just pretty much worried about combat EXP or skilled EXP. Then I have simple cron mill. It has all those other perks to it. I don't want to waste it just doing AFK EXPing. And I have this here, but since I have the book of combat, I can't use multiple at the same time. If you look here, it says book of combat is buff is currently in effect. This item's buff will not take effect, so you don't want to continue. So you have that option to use that if you have it. And then I also have this here, the EXP combat, extra combat EXP that you get every once in a while. But you can't use that either if you have the book of combat going. So there are multiple ways of gaining EXP. And this is one of them. If you're too busy in the day or whatnot, you can just EXP. That's what I do. I'll EXP and then I'll go to work and come back, and the dudes gain 5 to 10%. I think 10% is on the high end, but you know, anywhere between 7 to 10%. So I'm getting ready to do my AFK EXP for the night. So I'll pick up a 5. I have a couple ones here, 1 hours, and I'll pick up a couple more. So that'll be equivalent to about 9 hours of EXPing. The one thing you'd also want to do is ensure you have your combat EXP pets out. That way they give you that added percentage. Even though it's a minuscule amount, anything, any percent above what you have is always better. So I'm going to click on my inventory here, and I'll show you the book of training for combat 1 hour or 5 hour. I'm going to start with the 1 hour for now, just to show you how it works. I don't know if having the outfits on has any effect on the percent of the added. If you look right here, it says outfit slot EXP effect. If you add 4 parts on there, it gives you another 10%. I'm not sure if that works on the training dummies, and I'm not sure if it works with if you hit harder or whatnot. I don't even know if it does anything if you have your main gear or if you have your, you know, one of your costumes or your cloths on. But so after you purchase these from that dude, I repeat, this guy's name is Jamie Drucker. He's right there in the middle of Heidel, just at the very edge of town. So all the main towns, Altanova, Calfreon, Valia, each have a spot. Valencia. I haven't checked Trent. I'm not sure if Trent has it. Kama Silva, of course, has one. But yeah, just have to go and search for those. So here's me clicking on the first hour. So scroll over it, right click it. You can click on it or hit enter to execute the thing, and then that'll get you started. This icon will come up, and Scarecrow will also show once you're on there. So right away you want to hit R, because if you don't, you're already losing time on there on the training dummy. And that's about it. The character will start going into her animation. It's not the awakening side, It's her just her pre-awakening, but the special effects is pretty cool. I'm not sure how it looks on the other characters, but I'm sure that they have their special effects, and it's pretty good. So that's how you set up the training dummies or the scarecrows. Thank you very much for listening to my view. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Comment if there's something else that you think I can come up with or something I missed. Um, I really appreciate that. This is one of my first streams, and I look forward to helping out that new person or even that experienced person that may, not know everything. I'm always a big fan of learning something. I'm sure everybody else is, but cool. Have a good night and happy hunting.